So hello everyone, and today we will show you how to actually do the PDF in InDesign together with really nice visuals in Canva. So first we will need a Canva and our starting page, or aka cover page, and the ending page because it's just nicely done in Canva and it's user friendly. And then we also need an Adobe Creative Suite, or more specifically an InDesign. So first we will start in Canva. We need this nice cover page and then the ending page, and we need to double-end it. I already double-ended it in advance, so then we can proceed in InDesign. I will open a new A4 document. So you can see here I went to InDesign and I get here immediately the A4, or I can click on new file. In this case I will just click on A4 because it's just much easier. And now I can just take the first cover page, and you can see when you want to insert it as a drag and drop in your InDesign, it will really look slightly like a small PDF to be holding in your hand, and you will just click and it will be inside the InDesign. So now in this case, we want to make it slightly bigger than it is, as you can see. However, this is also a bit tricky in InDesign because if we just simply drag and drop it, it will not do anything. So I will revert it back, and if you use a MacBook, then it's Command Shift. So I will just press Command Shift and I can enlarge the design according to A4 proportions. And then I also see here the barriers, and I want to align especially this CTA, call to action, into the middle. So here, based on this, we just put it in the middle. In case that you don't want to see the overlay and the layers and layouts, etc., then you just click on W on your keyboard and it will just disappear. Or if you want to see this nice layout, you just click on the W. And this is it. We have the cover page. Yay! So the next one, we will be doing also the ending page. Already we can insert. So here we will insert our ending page. So we will just again drag and drop it. We will do the same stuff. Here you can see that it double-ended itself in a bigger proportion. So we will just make it a bit smaller so it fits our design. And we again do it with the Command Shift. We just put it in the middle how we want it. And you can see that here it does a bit of something what we don't want, which is the double page, which is really nice if you want to, let's say, if you want to print it out as a brochure, but we want to use it as the digital product. So then we want to separate it into the single pages. How to do it? You just click here on the properties in the sidebar, and here you just unclick the facing pages, and voila, we can see here single pages, and we just put the second page in the middle because we want to now work on the content. So how to work on the content? The content is actually why we are using InDesign, because it's not possible in Canva. So in this case, we will also need some kind of background. So let me go to Canva and let's find somewhere the already prepared background, which is here on the third page of the cover page. So I will just go to double-ends. I will select the third page only, and I will hit double-end. Now we will just wait a bit. And we will again drag and drop it. And we will have nice and beautiful background for our content. So now we want to insert some text. So what we will do is that we simply use actually a text. I will just enlarge this myself. I will put myself on another side, but let me also put it a bit more to center. Yeah, this is also something that you can use. It's actually, I don't know how is it called, in like positioning of the picture inside the framework. So you can see that now I am like, actually the picture is going even here, but you can crop the picture inside. This is really good if you want to, for example, do a shape and you want to position, for example, head of someone inside the middle of the shape. So this is why it's here, this cycle. So we will have some of the titles, which is really easy. You just select here on the left sidebar at T, which is the type tool, and we just insert, for example, headline here. You can see that it's really small, so we hit here properties. And so we were on the pages, but we have to also highlight the whole title. And then here we can use our headlines. So Innovatology has headline, I forgot, railway, yes. Railway, we want it bold, and we want it slightly bigger, yes, maybe like this. And we can make it maybe white, which might be looking better. And what is also slightly tricky is that if you have this type tool, then you can make as many type tools as you want at the same time, which is really beginner mistake because you want to, for example, move it, but you cannot when you have the type tool. So then you always need to right-click it to the arrow, and now you can move it around as you would like to. Actually, I don't want it white, I want it yellow, and I want it our nice yellow. So let me do yellow here. Yes. And yes, so if you want to change it to some other color that is not here in a pre-fill, so in properties, you go to fill, you double click, and it opens really pre-filled colors. If you want to use some custom color, then you here double click on the white, and you can here in the bottom in a number, this is the hex color code, you can just copy paste your color. So in this case it's our yellow color, which you can then use here. I want to maybe use it, let's try to use it like this. Again, if you want to see it without the layers, you again click on the W. This is how it will look in the final stage. And even the colors looks even better when you then export it. Now we want to have probably some content. So again, we do some title, and we just do some random things. So this is, let's say, our content, what we want to use, and we will use, in this case, a white. We used Rubik. I think it was already in pre-selection though. Yes, Rubik. I want it slightly bigger, and I think regular will be fine. Yes, regular is totally okay. You can also see that if you don't enlarge it, it can cut sometimes the text. So be careful with the text which is bigger than actually the text field, because it can sometimes make also some not unnecessary mistakes, let's say. So you can see that if you put it like this, you can also enlarge it in this extent. So, and then you just do copy pasting. So like another headline, you can do also like subtitles based on the different styles, etc. So let's say now that we want to also put some pictures. So, and we want to put picture inside a shape. So in this case, we will use here, either it's square or it can be also ellipse, polygon, blah, blah, blah. This is also slightly tricky with InDesign, and it's that you need to click on the left of your mouse. In the MacBook, it's that when you use two fingers to actually to actually see the other options. So in this case, we will use the Eclipse tool. So you can see that you can really go really badly. If you want a circle, this is really like you don't want to go by the high and wide, but you want to really use really nice shape of circle, not really this horrible one if you don't want it. And this is made again by Shift. So if you click Shift, it will give you the beautiful aligned millimeters of the sizes. So if you click the Shift, it's nice and beautiful. So this is what we want. Again, if you want to reposition it, you need to click on the repositioning. So in this case, it's this. So let me reposition it. Where are you going? Why are you leaving? It gets stuck. Yeah, this is also a bit tricky. So this we don't want to use. In this case, if this is happening me, then I am just like putting it aside. So for example, like this, and now I can just simply work with it alongside. So what we want to do here is that we want to increase the stroke. In this case, we want to probably make it yellow. So again, you choose here how big you want it. So in this case, I quite like the 8. You can also use how the style should be and what should be the color. Also opacity, transparency, etc. But I like it like this. And now I want to put some picture inside, let's say. So it's very simple. Let me just dovlant something. So let's maybe just try to put inside, but this is not picture. This will, yes, it works. So you just simply dovlant some picture, JPEG, or this is also JPEG, so this is why it works. And you can just insert it inside the circle. I actually dovlanted the cover page in this case, and it nicely aligned immediately into the monkey face. So yeah, this is how it actually works. But usually you use much smaller pictures with a much smaller resolution, so it actually fits pretty better than this one. But yeah, it shows the example as we would like it, and now you can also much nicely move with it around. So we put back our end, and this is our picture. You can also then do the same thing with the rectangle tool in case that you want to, for example, showcase the banner, etc. And now let me show you actually the final version. So I will just don't save this one. And this is the final version that I have created. So again, this is the cover page. There is nothing more to actually explain about it. Then we have the aligned middle title. Then we have a subtitle. We have again the headline, some description which is aligned. This is the circle with the picture logo with the picture face. Then the banner with the rectangular. So I then aligned. I just created a picture inside Canva, and I put it inside the rectangle, which again has the stroke. So here you can see in the properties it has stroke of 2.5, and it's white. Again, this is the subtitle, headline, subtitle, which is yellow. Then this is also really interesting. I didn't show it before. So this is so how do you do also if you want it center aligned or whatever? It's when you go to the properties here. We said that you can have the different when you actually like. When you do it like this, then you can fill the letters. But when you click on when you actually do what I said before, here you have the paragraph, and you can then align it how you want. So it was in the middle. So this is clear. And when you want to have the bullet points like this, it's also very simple. So you just click with this in the sidebar with the selection tool, and you scroll down, and so you need to again select it like this, and then scroll down in this properties, and here you select the bullet points, or you can also select the numbering. So same is here. So when you go here and you would just select actually the text window, and you would scroll down, there would not be the bullet points. However, when you double click, you changed into the type tool, and you can then select all of the text that you want to work with. So you can then align it differently, or you can make the different selection of the bullet points or the numbers. So here is again about section. This is again the headline, the subtitle, and then I also made some rectangles, and I made the stroke, and then I also put inside then some headline and the subtitle. So how this work? It's actually a rectangle which has a fill inside. In this case, I also group it so that I could align it much better. So you can see here, if I click on left, then I can ungroup it. And you can see it's headline, subtitle, and rectangular. And the rectangular has a stroke. So as you can see here with the white. And then there is also another rectangular which is just fill and has different opacity. So I created actually two rectangulars, but I could also be slightly smarter, I think. And I could just select the rectangular, and I could put the fill of the paper, and then I could put simply the opacity, but it doesn't then create the stroke. So this is why I actually chose the solution. What I did is that I created two rectangulars. So the first rectangular is just giving me the stroke. So you can see stroke, 100% opacity, 2 pt for how big it should be, and this is the style. And then I created the second rectangular. So I will create it again to show it to you. So in this case, I clicked left on the mouse, I select the rectangular tool, I made the rectangle over the rectangular, I made a fill which is white, I put 33% opacity, and this is it actually. You can also then play around with the different positionings. So for example, if you wanted to have it more to front or to back, then you again left click, and you can here click on arrange if you want to send it to backward, and also other functions. The same is here, however then is grouped. So how to group it? You just select everything. If you want, you can do it like this. However, sometimes it happens that you actually select more different fields. So then what you can do, in this case I will send it backward, because I want to be able to select more. I will send it now. Let me put it back. And in this case, I will really do backward and again backward until I will be able to select all of these things. So, and I will be holding shift. So I hold shift and I select all 4 elements. I left click and I select group. And now no, it's not yet grouped for some reason. So let me do it again. It grouped something, but it grouped just these two. So let me put it back. And I will select these two and this, and again group. And now, yes, almost. So we are missing still one more, which is this guy. And we will again group it. Okay, so it's slightly tricky. So now you need to play around with it to put it more backwards. So what we are missing? We are missing this one, which we need now arrange, bring forward. Okay. And I will put it over it. And let's see now. Group. Yes. So now we grouped it. So sometimes it's really tricky with InDesign. You need to find the right grip, but don't lose the patience because it's really worth it. Sometimes there are these kind of hiccups, but yeah, you will make it around. And in a case that you don't know how to do different things, then you can just let me know. But also here, this is very interesting one. So here I created clickable links so that people, when they, for example, click over the link in hematology.ai and they would click on it in the PDF, it would just open a link. So in this case, I use the rectangle. So you can just, for example, here, the rectangle tool, you just select where the people can click. You can see there is no stroke, no fill, and we just left click and we will use the hyperlinks, new hyperlink, and we can now include here the Instagram, or so like in this case, I will just use some of the links, and now we should have the hyperlink over it. You can also see here, so when I again left click, edit hyperlink, here we have the YouTube. So then when we export it, people will be able to actually click on it. So how to export it? We will go, I will just move myself again. When we want to export it, I will click on File, and here I will click on Export. And we can just export it to, for example, desktop. I will name it as a test so I know what I should delete. Adobe PDF Interactive is wonderful, and I click on Save. This is the last check, so here we want to make sure that everything is all right. Sometimes here this I leave as a default from document, embedded, embed page, thumbnail, everything looks as it's supposed to be. So that's great. And I hit the export. That's fine. And so now it got exported and we can see it nice and shine here. I just see, always it's better to see how it looks than exported, because I already see some of the things that I would improve. So for example, here we have slightly white field, so I would just move it slightly down, or I would just extend a bit of the design. But this is perfect. And then I want to just check if everything is clickable as it's supposed to be. So if I click on Facebook, it opens the Facebook. If I click on YouTube, then it opens the YouTube. Hello. So it looks that it's as it's supposed to be. which is wonderful. So this was a quick guide on how to use InDesign together with Canva. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And see you next time.